How's it going, guys? It's Nutshell here, and today we're going to be showing you a great way to make a ton of money without any requirements, really. You can either do it on a scav, you can do it on a PMC, it really doesn't matter. And so however much money you've got or whatever gear you're running, this is going to be available to you. If you enjoy Escape from Tarkov PVE and you want to see some more videos like this one, then make sure to hit the like button, as it is the biggest thing that you can do to help me out. And with that being said, let's jump into the video. The amount of money that you can make from this run is very, very good, and the fact that you don't need any keys or any kind of pre-use things makes it just that little bit better, and I think everyone is able to use this method really, really well. So we're going to be using both of the chalets on Lighthouse. This is basically one of the best runs that you can do, and probably one of the simplest runs that you can do as well. So starting off, we're going to make our way to the first chalet. There's a lot of fighting going on at the road camp, which is always good. And we want to check up by the blue chalet. This is chalet number 1, at least for the intents of this run. The key thing to note about the chalet where we are is that there can be the goons. And the goons are pretty darn good. So when you come up here, you want to be always checking around to just double check that the goons aren't spawning. Because they will beam you and they will take you out very, very quickly. So we're going to give it a bit of a risk at the moment. Obviously, if you're running on a scav, it really doesn't matter if you get taken out. If you're running on a PMC, slightly more so. Either way, you can come down into the chalet area. Looks like the goons aren't here. Otherwise, I'm sure we would have been beamed by now. One of the first locations is directly inside the door. You want to check over by this helmet and on top of the boots. There can be a duffel bag. Got ourselves a little duffel bag right here. And we can open this one up, see what's inside. Little splint. Only really taking items that are worth about 20 to 30k per slot. We come inside the pool table room, and the pool table room has items such as ammo box, basically, and ammo spawn. So you can always have a look and double check whether you want any of the ammo. We'll just take it for the sake of it, as we maybe want it for a future date. You got yourself ammo spawns all over, and you can have whiskey spawns and stuff as well. You've got yourself a little dead scav on the other side of the pool table, so always worth having a look on him. And then checking just on the chairs and in the drawer. Perfect. Then we'll move outside of here, and we'll come into this main room. You got yourself a little weapon box that you can open up and hopefully get something in. We didn't. We've got ourselves another grenade box that spawns on top of here, and some more ammo spawns that you can pick up if you want. And then just checking on the floor. Inside of this little room, we have some like food items, so whiskey, vodka, blah, blah, blah. Moonshine can spawn in there as well, so always worth checking in this room, as it can be a little bit of extra money. Then we'll go upstairs, which we can move into this room, check on the chair right here, and then we've got ourselves a rare spawn that can spawn like underneath the guitar, and then just check on the desk as well, and just have a quick look on the bed. And then that is pretty much it. You can go into this room just to have a look for some meds or some food. And yeah, just check on the little bed, but nothing major. And then we'll come outside of this room, and we want to check on the floor over here. You can find all sorts of spawns lying around and on the table just there. We'll come out of here, and then we've got ourselves our first key. It's not a requirement. You can use these keys. The keys that we're using in this one are essentially, not these ones, but these ones here. It's the USEC 1 safe key. We've got ourselves the USEC cottage key as well, but we've also got the second safe key as well. So we'll unlock that and see what's inside. These have been absolutely diabolically bad for me, spawning absolutely nothing. So, you know, you don't need them at all, but you can take them if you want to. And then you want to just have a quick look on the bed and the bedside table. And then outside you got yourself a little dead scav, which you can check. And then we want to open up this little door. There can be a duffel bag. Now, I grab up the food only because we'll use it. And then once we've kind of checked in this room, you do want to check these shelves as well, as they can have stuff. And then we'll come downstairs, jump over here. And then from here, we'll jump across. and make our way inside of the building, and we check this chair right here can have a rare spawn, and you can check the table. You can see there rat cola, definitely worth taking. And then on the chairs you can find some other things like spawns of stims and that sort of stuff, so always worth checking there. Got ourselves a little weapon box that you can check. Always worth having a open slot for your secondary weapon when you are doing this run, because of the fact you can drop in a weapon if you find one. Got ourselves some grenades. And then we run over this way and jump through these bushes, and there can be a weapon box spawn just directly there. We come up into this building, open it up into here, and we have ourselves a medical kind of room which can have medical items spawning. And you can see there, nothing interesting. On the floor, we got ourselves some med spawns, so a mule there and a CMS kit. Worth taking if you do need them, and they're also worth quite a bit as well. So, you know, you can take them if you want to. Sometimes it can be worth, if you're running lower tier ammunition or less expensive ammunition or whatever, to run an injector's case to drop in some of the stims that you can find. But we don't usually find that many stims anyway, so kind of not 100% worth bringing in, so it's a bit of a luck of the draw type of thing. And then once we've kind of hit up this area, we will make our way back over to the main building, and once again make our way upstairs. Just to do the full upstairs run, we want to check on the chairs and on the beds, and then on here, and then you can check in here. They usually have some med spawn stuff on the floor sometimes. And then that is pretty much it. And then we come out here, check on the table. And on here, there's a rare spawn right there and a rare spawn on the chair. And you've also got some spawns on top of the desk. And then we go up here, there's a little weapon box that you can open up. Nothing spectacular there. And then you want to check on top of these desks over here and on this desk as well. Then we come into this room, and we've got another safe. This is like the second safe. I've never got anything good out of these. There we go, a Cyclone battery. Cool, at least we got something out of this safe. And then in this room, you got yourself some spawns that can spawn up by the telly. And then in this room, you've also got some spawns. A military tank battery can actually spawn in here, as well as you've also got a rare spawn down here. But it's relatively rare to actually get those spawns popping up. But now what we'll do is we'll make our way back downstairs. And along the corridor, there can be a weapon box spawn right there. And then through here, we've got ourselves some med spawns. They can spawn on the floor, on just to the right of this medical box, to the left. And then over here by the other one, and then on the floor as well. So always check in here, as you can get yourself some stims and various different med items that are definitely worth checking. And then on the floor outside, you've also got med items that do spawn as well. And then you want to check on top of here for any magazines that can be on top. And then in here, we've got ourselves the duffel bag. And then from here, we've run down the corridor, and we've got ourselves like 3 spawns, rare spawns that can be down here. Like one on this side next to the plate, one by the bottle, one over here as well. And then you can get spawns kind of on top of the desk and like on top of the bar area. So definitely worth checking. And then we move over here, and we have ourselves another rare spawn that can be in this box halfway in the street. And then we run directly over to the next building, and we check on the floor, and then we check on here. So this is the key component of making money on this run, which is the armor repair kit, because of the fact that these are selling for about 1.2 million right now, and of course there's a ton of spawns for them on this run. What we'll do now is we make our way into the second garage. We've got ourselves a little weapon box. And then a little health box as well, med case. With not a lot in it. You want to check inside this little suitcase. And on these chairs, you want to check on this one right here, this post, as it can have a jacket. You want to check in here because this can have weapon repair kits, which are definitely worth getting if you do have the space. We'll drop out. Maybe not. The weapon repair kits aren't worth a huge amount, but it can be worth grabbing if you need them or there's an event quest going on. You can find them on here relatively simply. And then we'll go upstairs. Upstairs has a free spawn, which we'll do first, which is in here. And you just check on top of the magazine and on these top 3 shelves, as well as a duffel bag that spawns on the bed, as well as food spawns. And then we also have some food spawns on top of the table and in that little crevice right there. If you've got the extra key, you can use essentially this key right here, which is the cottage safe room key. Or cottage room key, which you can get. And then inside here, you want to check on top of the table and on top of the chairs and then on top of the pillow. And this is actually a key that's required for one of the rooms. But yeah, the loot been very, very bad in terms of this map, or at least in terms of just generally all of the maps. So yeah, it's not the best at all. And then once we've done that, we are then going to make our way up to the second chalet, so let's run that way instead. Now, one of the key things to note is that if you want to extract and you want a simple, easy and fast extract, all you need to do is come up to this bush area up here directly behind where we found the armor repair kit. You'll need yourself a red rebel and you'll need yourself a paracord. And once you've got those 2 things, you can extract, provided that you don't have an armored rig on, an armored body armor on. So you need an armored rig if you're going to be doing this run with the red rebel extract, because it's just the simple extract and you can get out. And it will save you about 30% of the time on your runs, because a lot of the time you're running to the extract. And that takes a ton of time. And so the first thing you should invest in, it costs about maximum 2 million to pick up a red rebel and the paracord combined, and it is the best thing that you can do. And usually you'll make 2 million just from the first run. So you do the run once, buy a red rebel and a paracord, and you get 30% more money per hour every single time after that. Then we come up to the second chalet. We can then pick up the items that are, it's a rare spawn on top of this crate. And then we've got a tech item spawn directly to the right of it. And then ammo spawns that do spawn. What is that? To the right. Oh, okay. It was a flashbang grenade in a packet. Weird. Anyway, then we come over here and we got ourselves a dead scav that's floating up in the air. Little SAS journey. We want to bring in, if you've got them available to you, a docs case and a sick case, because both of these can actually put different types of items within them. So 100% worth bringing in both of them if you've got the space, or if you've got them. If you haven't, it's fine. Just bring in whatever case, key card case or keys holder, whatever you've got, just bring that in. It's going to be a lifesaver to save you some space and of course get you out with some gear, provided if you get taken out you can extract or you can get out with that gear without, you know, losing money essentially. So it's kind of like your fail safe if you do get taken out by some of the AI or the goons or whatever spawns. Inside this room you've got intel folders that spawn on the chairs and on the floor, so you always want to check on the floor. Tech items spawn directly next to this ladder. And you also have spawns on this kind of railing over here as well. So nothing for us in this room. And then we come in here. We want to check this route, this kind of either side of the bedroom cabinets. And then we check over on the chair. You can find some stuff like ammunition. Nothing particularly interesting, but ammunition spawns recently have been majorly buffed. If you're watching this at the at the release of this video, yeah, they've been absolutely broken as to how much ammo you actually get just lying around on all of the maps. We check the weapon box that spawns here as well. We can drop the GP coins into our back. You want to check on top of here as well, as you can find some pretty good ammunition sometimes. L191, cool. And then we come directly over here, open up here, there can be a duffel bag. Toilet paper, just what we wanted. And then over here, take a look at this med case and hopefully get a LEDX out of it. Absolutely not. Cool. you want to make sure that you are checking around, because there can be essentially scavs and PMCs around here. And then we've got ourselves another rare spawn on top of the desk and a rare spawn on this chair right there. So always check the chair and the desk. Then you've got some food spawns that spawn on the desk, and over here you can find moonshine, so always check there too. Then we come through here, we've got ourselves a rare spawn that's underneath this kind of like shelving unit. It can be inside of it, so always crouch down and check. And then you have yourself some spawns on top of here as well, so definitely check on there. In the garage we've got two rare spawns. One is here directly underneath this cloth, and the other one is next to this knife. You got yourself tech item spawns that can be underneath this kind of carpety blanket thing that's on the floor, and you've got tech items inside the wheelbarrow, and you've also got items in there. You've got a military tank battery spawn that can spawn right on this one. And then you've got more tech item spawns directly over here, which can be underneath the cardboard and stuff as well. As you can see, a tube and a poxoram. And then inside the car, you can open it up. You can find weapon components, but I've never found anything actually worth getting in there. So half the time, I don't even bother looking at it anymore. You got yourself a duffel spawn that actually spawns on the chair, so sometimes worth picking it up. And the diaries we can just drop in. We'll grab up the water. We'll actually use that. And then you've got directly in front of me on this wooden post, you can find yourself a jacket, which does spawn on here. So always worth opening up the jackets when you find them in the raids. On here, you've got yourself some ammo spawns that spawn in here and on this shelving unit. And you've also got a duffel bag, which is great. And you also have a Bitcoin spawn that can spawn in too. So the Bitcoin spawn can spawn on the table, and you want to check over here as well, as there can be another Bitcoin spawn. So definitely worth having a look. In here, jump in. We got ourselves a med bag spawn that spawns on the bed, and we've got ourselves a duffel spawn that spawns on the thing next to the bed. And then you've got yourself a little jacket as well. So we can drop that in. And then we've got ourselves a ton of spawns over here for meds, but we didn't actually get anything in this one. Now, once we've done that, we want to check up on here. You can see ammo spawns on top of these boxes. But primarily, come up here. We want to check on top of this kind of wooden cabinet and on there. Then we come over here, another rare spawn. So can spawn bitcoins, all sorts, some of the better stims, etc. on that shelving unit over there. And then over on this box, we want to check over here. They can spawn underneath, and they can also be on top. So always check. Even if it looks like there's nothing there, always check it, because there can be stuff underneath it. And then we got ourselves a weapon box. Doesn't always spawn, but most of the time it does spawn. So, yeah. Then we come downstairs. And all the way downstairs. Break open this. And we drop down onto this dead scav. Now, there's two rare spawns in here. Well, ambushed by a little scav, but don't worry. We managed to somehow take him out. But what we'll do is we'll drop out some of these nades, so we can actually pick up the military cable. But you can find two rare spawns on him, one up by his shoulder and one up by his waist. And then we jump up here, and again, we've got ourselves some med spawns that spawn outside, and you can see there, Salewa. Over here, whiskey spawns, vodka spawns, and that sort of thing. Got ourselves some spawns for food on top of the chairs, and also ammunition. You can usually find some pretty good ammunition over there. And then we run over here. You got a weapon box that you can open if you want to, but I usually don't. And then we got another rare spawn over here. And then from here, what we do is we make our way back up to the very top of the chalets. And we'll jump into this little room up here opposite, and we check the safe. And a couple more rares in there, so not too bad. We can just drop out the nades. And then you want to check on the floor, because there can be some meds, stims, that sort of stuff over here, on the floor over here. And also underneath this book, you can find some rare spawns. Outside, little weapon box can spawn there. Ammunition spawns inside of here. And we've also got another duffel bag that can spawn over here, which it has. Perfect, a tool set. we will eat these. Drop out the morphine, drink the water. Right, I can actually grab both of those. Cool. Ammunition spawns over here and there. 7M40. More ammunition spawns. M855 and a wrench. And then we open up this little door. And then we just run to the extract, which is, as I said before, just over here by the trees, now that we have the Red Rebel. So, easy extract, easy gear. You can see right here, this is all the things that we got out of the raid. And we'll go and sell them on the fleet and into traders to see what the maximum amount of money we made from this one run is. So you guys can get a good idea of where you should be checking, and just a simple run with basically no loot from any of the keys that you can open on the map. So completely just a easy and free run that you don't need to spend any money to actually be able to do. So I've dragged out everything that we had actually on me, and I'll go ahead and sell it all and see exactly how much we made. Just to prove it, I will receive all of the things that we had previously, so all of the money, and I'll make sure that we go through our stash and we'll just drop all of the money into our money case right there. So we haven't got anything that is going to be essentially getting in the way, if that makes sense. So it's not auto filtering into money that we've already got in the stash somewhere. The money here, this is the stuff that we found in the raid, so nothing major, but we've got it anyway. And you can see there, no other money actually just sat in my stash, which the money that we get from selling things is going to filter into. The flea market, we've got no offers, so everything that we get from this point is just how much we made from this method. Right then, we've gone ahead and sold absolutely everything that we managed to make, and we've got all of the money right here. So if we go and grab it all up, some of it has been stumped up the stash, so we'll bring it all the way down and we'll sort it out to show you how much money we made in that singular run on Lighthouse. And there you go, we have made 1 million, 2 million, 2.5 million, 2.68 million rubles from that one singular run. Plus we got some ammunition as well, and you can get some very good ammunition during the run, and a little bit of euros as well, and a GP coin. Obviously you can get even more lucky with the actual run itself. A lot of the money comes from the armor repair kit, and it also comes from the bitcoins that you can find lying around, as well as any of the stims, mules and that sort of thing can go for about 200k each. And if you find a couple of those, perfect, because stims are going up in price because no one has the unlimited black card uses anymore, at least on PVE. But with that being said, that is the run. Very simple, very easy, and a very good way of getting your starting money to go and explore different ways to make even more money every single run, and testing out and using various different bits of gear. And it pays for all of the items required to go ahead and make the run even better, including the Red Rebel itself. And if we were to look at the price of this, 1.6 million, and a paracord right there, 140k. Combine those together, 1.745 million roughly. And of course you can pay for that, plus have a 750,000 ruble profit, so you can make this 30% quicker. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, and of course subscribe down below if you want to see some more Escape from Tarkov PVE content. And I'll see you there. Goodbye.